Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly, in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is excited in every innovation. Truly, in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly, in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly, in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Fields of motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly, in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Fields of motivation, radiate the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly, in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Fields of motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly, in Pasig City, No one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Fields of motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Fields of motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Fields of motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Fields of motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Fields of motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind.
Recording in progress.
Be part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Fields of motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Fields of motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Fields of motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Fields of motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one's left behind. Of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Fields of motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig Pasig City, no one is left behind.
Robert Boyce once said, knowledge is power. Knowledge shared is power multiplied. Good morning and welcome to the Caravan of Notable Best Practices for Curriculum Year 2020-2021 of Cluster 5. Let us all rise for the singing of a nationalistic song followed by a prayer.
Ako'y anak ng lupang hinirang, kung saan matatagpuan ang timyas ng perlas ng silangan, nagniningning sa buong kapuluan. Taglay ko ang hiwaga ng silangan, at saan mang bayan o lungsod, maging timog, hilaga at kanluran, ang Pilipino ay namumukod. Sama-sama nating abutin, pinagkamatayog na bituin, at ang aking tagumpay, tagumpay ng aking lahi, tagumpay ng aking lipi, ang tanging minimithi at hinahangad. Hangad ko'y tagumpay natin lahat. Ako ay may isang munting pangarap sa ating dakilang lupain, at sa sama-sama nating pagsisikap, sama-sama ring mararating ang iba't ibang galaw, iisang patutunguhan. Dito, isang araw, isang kapuluan. Sama-sama nating abutin, pinagkamatayog na bituin, Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. And let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. And let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for
Let us bow our head and place ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear Lord, we stand before you in humble prayer before we start with this program, Virtual Caravan of Notable Schools Best Practices for Calendar Year 2021. May your goodness and love be present amongst us today. Wisdom, bestow your grace and divine wisdom so we could cooperate and enjoy camaraderie for the greater glory of your name. We pray for unity. Build in us all a deep respect for one another so that SDO Pasig may be one. We pray for hope. Come stir your hope within our hearts and renew our faith to survive this trying time of pandemic as we continue to receive your grace of safety, good health, and positive minds. We pray for vision. May your vision fill our lives as we seek to reveal your love. Open our minds for us to receive the vital information that the leaders, speakers, and facilitators give as they impart their knowledge. Our hearts, so that we may receive your everlasting love and be able to succeed with the plans we have for this activity. Our spirit, so that we may know that you are with us all throughout the day. We ask all these through your mighty name. Amen.
Once again, good morning and welcome to the Caravan of Notable Best Practices for Curriculum Year 2020-2021 of Cluster 5. This year's theme, Schools Notable Practices, Aid for Empowering the Stakeholders Amidst the Pandemic. I am April A. Buongaling from Eusebio High School, and I will be your facilitator this morning. Before we start, I would like to acknowledge first our supportive officer in charge, Office of the Schools Division Superintendent, Ma'am Maria Eva Lu Concepcion A. Agustin, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Ma'am Carolina T. Rivera Sese, Chief Education Supervisor for School Governance and Operations Division, Dr. Victor M. Javenya, Chief Education Supervisor for Curriculum Implementation Division, Dr. Manuel A. Laguerta. Our top division management officials, thank you very much for your unending support, along with our senior education program specialists, education program supervisors, and public schools district supervisors. We are also sharing this milestone to our distinguished guests from the Department of Education National Capital Region Regional Office, the local government unit of Pasig City, and of course to our dear stakeholders as well. Thank you very much. Aside from our live Zoom participants, we are also live and streaming via the Schools Division Office of Pasig City Facebook page and via YouTube. Good morning to all our participants there coming from the different schools in the division. Please feel free to share the link of this event with your fellow teachers and beloved stakeholders for them to also take part and witness this significant activity. Thank you very much. May I also remind our Zoom participants to please place your microphone on mute for the smooth flow of our program. Thank you. Now, let me remind you of our guidelines for the presentation of our schools. Each school head will be given 2 minutes for the introduction of their school's best practices. The notable practices video presentation of each school is allotted with a maximum time of 8 minutes. The technical working group will cut the presentation when it reaches the time limit. If a school has more than one entry, their presentation will be played continuously. The process observer will give their impression after the last presenter for this afternoon. For day 3, clusters 5 and 6, we will have one of our dynamic public schools district supervisors, Dr. Susan L. Ubarubias. We will join cluster 6 later in the afternoon for the impression. For this morning, we will witness the best practices of the schools in cluster 5 with the guidance of their public schools district supervisor, Dr. Marietta M. Limbo. We have Canyogan Elementary School, San Miguel Elementary School, Palatio Elementary School, and Rizal High School. Let us begin with Canyogan Elementary School with their diligent principal, Dr. Jeanette S. Permitas. Let us all sit back, relax, and learn.
Challenges that occurred in the educational system during the school year 2020-2021 was brought about by coronavirus disease 2019 pandemic. With millions of people affected around the world, conventional face-to-face learning has not been possible in almost all schools nationwide. People's health cannot and must not be sacrificed, and safety should still be the top priority. Thus, governments, including the Philippines, have designed ways by which learning must transpire and education may continue. The adoption of Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan provided clear guidance to all offices, units, schools, and community centers of the Department of Education, learners, parents, stakeholders, to provide a package of education intervention that respond to the challenges brought by COVID-19. Canyogan Elementary School cautiously planned the various projects, activities, and programs to be implemented that correspond to the demands of these trying times as part of the implementation of distance learning. All our works, action, decision, and goals are driven by the belief that every child deserves an excellent education, and to achieve this, we must elevate the quality and prestige of all our services and teaching instruction. The steadfast cooperation, dedication, and commitment of CES teaching and non-teaching personnel, local government unit, non-government organization, parents, and other stakeholders help in realizing the vision and mission of our Department of Education. No obstacle can impede our drive to deliver quality education and services that will benefit our learners.
Can I be heard? Hello, good morning. Mas maginaw po. Can I be heard? Yes. Okay. Thank you.
May I present to you Kanyogan Elementary School and its notable best practice in the new normal of instruction. CES is your home for best learning, you're geared towards excellence. CES e-learning Nook. Project background and rationale. A. Background and context. The adoption of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan provided clear guidance to provide a package of education interventions that respond to the challenges brought by COVID-19. The development of such web-based learning alcove ensures health, safety, and prevents the further transmission of COVID-19 and supports increased distribution and access to learning materials or resources in digital form which are needed in the delivery of teaching. The CES e-learning Nook website was created as a platform where teachers, parents, and learners can have direct and easy access to digitized learning materials and other resource materials. Issues addressed. The quarterly uploading of learning packets to learners' tablets can be an avenue in the further transmission of COVID-19 in the community. Some parents and guardians could not come to the set schedule in the uploading of learning packets due to conflicting schedules, overlapping activities, health issues, and some were working parents. Project objectives and outputs. A. General objectives. To ensure that learning resources are readily available for teaching and learning without sacrificing the health, safety, and well-being of learners, teachers, and parents. Provide an online platform for safe access to learning and teaching resources in digitized format. B. Specific objectives to create and provide an online repository of learning resources as part of the school's response to the VLCT or an online alcove. C. Outputs. The SES e-learning NOOC website contains the digitized format of self-learning modules, video lessons from kinder to grade 6, from first quarter to fourth quarter, and other learning resources which were readily available for access and downloading for learners and teachers. The project was designed to benefit all the SES learners, from kindergarten to grade 6, parents, guardians, and teachers taking health and safety as the topmost priority. The project was presented by Sheila I. Molina and was approved by Dr. Jeanette S. Bermudez. Realizing the benefits that could be derived from this sensible and timely undertaking, technical support and assistance were given throughout the project. The school monitoring and evaluation team provided concise feedbacks on how to improve and assure the quality of learning resources available on the website.
We are one with you, ma'am, in believing that every child deserves quality education. Thank you very much, Dr. Permites and Tocanyogan Elementary School. Now, let us have the next school to share their best practices. San Miguel Elementary School with their regal school head, Mrs. Corazon D. Natividad.
The school year 2020-2021 has been challenging due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This crisis has exposed the main shortcomings and imbalances in our education systems, from access to the broadband and computers needed for online education, and the supportive environments needed to focus on learning, up to the misalignment between resources and needs. Some of the enormous impacts of the pandemic were evident during the first quarter of the school year. There were numerous learners in San Miguel Elementary schools considered as NLTA or no longer participating in activities. Issues and problems in on-time submission of outputs arise because they cannot afford to buy data load. Being committed to the DepEd's aim to meet the learning needs of all children, the generous heart of SMES school head Teachers, parents, and other stakeholders built a community that will help the children have equitable access to education. That came out of the SMES Load Mo Carry Co project. SMES Load Mo Carry Co is intended to give a crisis-inspired glance into potential opportunities for improvement in the areas of curriculum, students, teachers, and educational settings that will address the problems in absenteeism, dropout rate, and reading skills of students. I am so thankful that this project come out to be a successful one because the number of absenteeism has decreased and the submission of outputs was in time. This project will continue as one of the best practices in San Miguel Elementary School so that no learners will be left behind amidst the pandemic.
Magandang araw. Ako po si Bernadette de Guzman. Ako po yung top donor ng Load Mo Carry Co project ng San Miguel Elementary School sa grade 4 Onyx na kinabibilangan din po ng anak ko na si Vince Anver I. de Guzman. Nagsimula po ito noong second quarter to fourth quarter na nagdo-donate po ako o kami ng aming family ng load para po sa mga bata. Masaya po ako bilang parents ng San Miguel Elementary School na makatulong po sa mga bata na mapasahan po ng load para maitawid po yung online class po nila ng 4 Onyx. Lalo na po kapag may mga IA sila or integrative assessment, mga Zoom at Google Meet. Ngayon po nakaka-attend na po sila. Yung mga dati pong pawala-wala sa GC class po nila, nakakasama na po sila araw-araw. At nakakatuwa rin po sa 40 student ni Mr. Kalimag, wala pong nag-drop out. Kasama na din po yung anak ko. Maraming salamat din po.
Indeed, alignment of resources and needs is vital in the recent school year. Thank you, Mrs. Natividad, and to San Miguel Elementary School. Up next is Palatio Elementary School, led by their passionate principal, Miss Jean P. Manayan. Again, sit back, relax, and learn.
Education had been challenging for the past 2 years. Doubt, uncertainty, and fear. Educators and parents wasn't sure what will happen, when will it end. But one thing is certain. We educators will rise against this dire strain. As cliche as it was, para sa bayan, para sa bata. Which is why I am proud to show to everyone how Palatio Elementary School ascend amidst pandemic, presenting to you our school's notable best practices, barangay involvement in school and community-based DRRM, with our lead program, Project Safety, safety action for everyone through year round, led by our hardworking, dependable, and outstanding principal, Miss Jean P. Manayan. Now you can see the memorandum of understanding between Palatio Elementary School and Barangay Palatio, which calls for both authorities to establish and maintain a coordinated program for school-based and barangay risk reduction and management. To start with, Palatio Elementary School conducted psychological preparedness and psychosocial support for the learners in the new normal. This is to support them as they struggle, adjust, and cope up in the new normal education. It is also best to educate them in maintaining their physical health. That is why programs like proper hand washing and sanitation, Global Toothbrushing Day was implemented. We also have Project Red that assures that quality education is still provided despite the distance. Our teachers also extended their help by conducting home visitations to hard to reach and uncontacted learners. As for our barangay captain, Honorable Heriberto Guevara, had provided different projects to build a strong founded partnership with the community. These programs were held online wherein each community members was invited. I am proud to say that during the national simultaneous earthquake drill that the participants did so well. There are big number of participants who joined virtually, and there is a statement saying, quote unquote, Barangay Palatio, almost perfect na. Wow, that's commendable, right? This pandemic is unclear to all. Because of that, the Rizal Medical Doctor administer webinar series for teachers and stakeholders by supporting Palatio Elementary School's Brigada Eskwela 2.0, gabay sa edukasyon tungo sa new normal. As for the school, to give back thanks and respect, we extended our help and gratitude to the frontliners and with the fire victims. Presenting right now are the programs supporting the fountain of knowledge, the teachers. Teachers aren't exempted of this health crisis. That's why psychological first aid and mindfulness in managing teacher stress
amidst the health crisis were done. These webinars are great help for us to manage and protect ourselves from the stress our profession and situation can bring. Honestly, we look back. We look back to this education before, we look back to the situation before, and to our life before. Looking back, it brings bittersweet feeling. Bitter on what we are experiencing right now, and sweet on how our school community have developed with the support given by our barangay. To start with the DRRM Climate Change Adaptation, Barangay Palati with a partnership with Globe Telecom collected plastic bottles and wrappers in exchange to Globe Load. Plastic bottles and wrappers were processed to become durable cement brick. The cement bricks were used in the fencing of the material recovery facilities and school garden of our school. Having a smart move of taking advantage of our present situation, the officers of Supreme Pupil Government launched a whole month virtual campaign on recycling through the use of the different social medias. Visiting Palateo Elementary School, you'll witness how they smartly put eco-friendly, profitable, and sustainable programs. They have put together commendable projects, beginning with a hydroponic plant, munting gulayan, munting kabuhayan, down to the fertilizer or bokashi composting. They deserve a big clap. To end this, I would like to say this quotation: moving forward better and beyond. Individually, we have to do more, be more, and aim more. More than compared to who you are 2 years ago. So break through.
Thank you very much for that reflection moving forward, better and beyond. Thank you, Ms. Manayan and to Palatio Elementary School. Last, but certainly not the least, to share their best practices, let me call on the dashing school head of Rizal High School, Dr. Gilbert O. Inocencio.
Good morning, everyone. Rizal High School has been very blessed to have the stakeholders which are very cooperative, dependable, and always ready to be engaged and be involved in every activity and opportunity that this school has to offer. Grateful that we are, the school and the community, continuously observe shared responsibility and accountability when it comes to the programs and projects that directly affect the learning outcomes of our students. For the past years of continuous and consistent collaboration and partnership, we became stronger, focused, and empowered to deliver and address the needs of our school clientele. Some of the best practices that we will showcase today truly address the issues and concerns on access, quality, and governance. Highlighting the most notable best practices on this presentation is the facilitation of our online management information system, which provided us opportunity to systematize our process and the school operations. We developed 8 functions that will help us adapt to the new normal environment of the school in terms of the database system. We also included the Project ML, the Gulayan sa Paaralan at Pamayanan, the wash and rinse during the new normal, and the continuous enhancement training of our senior high school students through B-School partnership with the Korean schools and government as regards to technology, innovations, and inventions, which gave our students opportunity for learning and development. During this time of pandemic where everything is done online and the school operation is very challenging because our school is a centralized COVID facility, Rizal High School had learned to adapt and maximize its chance to still unravel to the world the best that the school can offer. At this juncture, we are very pleased and proud to present to you some of the best practices of our school. Let's learn and enjoy the video presentation of the SBM Notable Best Practices of Rizal High School.
Rizal High School was not shaken by the challenges brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. It continues to stand still with great determination to deliver quality service to the learners. The school had been showing excellence in academics, technical vocational, immersions, and even in sports. The best practices are the proofs and evidence that the institution has achieved the peak and is still moving forward towards excellence. Rizal High School is proud to present to you the best among the best practices. This is the MIS or Management Information System.
So, nag-start yung MIS noong 2018. And then, first time ko rin maging advisor. So, doon ko naisip yung nagiging problem ko as advisor. Na nagiging problem din naman ng iba. So, una, yung collection ng data and information ng ating mga learners. Since mayroon naman akong background as a programmer, naisip kong gumawa ng isang system na pwedeng magkaroon ng centralized database. So, noong una, ang plan talaga is just registration para makollect namin yung information ng learners, no? So, dahil mayroon na kaming data, no? At available naman na to, so dinugtungan natin siya ng enrollment. So, nagkaroon tayo ng offline enrollment. So, that was 2018, November 2018. Kaya, dineploy natin yung enrollment second semester ng school year na yun. And then, naging successful siya. Naging available na yung enrollment. So, sinunod na rin natin yung iba pang function ng information system. Nagkaroon tayo ng grading coding para hindi na po mahirapan yung ating mga advisors to create yung tinatawag nating format 38 or yung card. So, ginawa na rin natin siyang digital. Once na nag-encode si teacher ng grade, automatic ay mag-generate yung ating system, no? Ng format 38 or yung report card. Kaya, sabi ko, malaking tulong yun sa mga advisor kasi ang hirap-hirap talaga mag-prepare ng format 38. Lalo na kapag yung bata, yung grade niya, nawala na si teacher, yung subject teacher niya nag-resign. So pag nagkaroon ng problem or nagre-retrieval tayo ng mga grades, nahirapan kami para makabuo ulit ng isang format 38. Unlike kung meron tayong system, kagaya nga nung ginawa natin, so anytime, accessible yung card ng bata. Actually, pag sinabing MIS, broad system po ito, broad information system. So, ibig sabihin, pinagsama-sama po itong iba't ibang system. So, nandito yung registration, andyan yung enrollment, grade or grading coding. So, kasama na rin po yung inventory para sa property ng school. So, meron din po tayo yung teacher's profile or yung mga teaching and non-teaching personnel profile. So, nandito na rin po siya. And then, sinamahan na rin po natin yung attendance monitoring system. So, actually, it is composed of 8 information systems. So, kaya tinawag natin siyang management information system. Sa industry, pag sinabing MIS, binubuo siya ng isang department. So, dito sa Rizal High School naman, mayroon tayong mga volunteer teacher na tumutulong sa MIS para tumakbo siya, no, ng maayos. Kasi nga kung isang tao yung gumagawa sa MIS, hindi niya talaga kakayanin sa number ng population ng Rizal High School. And then, ayun, so nag-come up tayo sa tinatawag nating MIS kasi pinagsama-sama na natin yung iba't ibang information system.
From the MIS, which is the most notable, we also have the e-enrollment system, which gives easy access to the students and parents when they would want to enroll in the school. This is very timely in the current situation that going out of the house is not possible for everyone, especially the young ones. This project under RH's Access aims to create a computerized enrollment system that would aid the slow and traditional process of the school's current enrollment system. The project was part of the school's SIP, or School Improvement Plan, and Annual Implementation Plan, or AIP, for senior high school entitled Access RHS, Accessible, comfortable, and convenient enrollment system for the students of Rizal High School. This is also part of the school's MIS with the coordinator, together with the help of the AP or assistant principal for learner support, IT personnel, and guidance counselors. Truly, this is one great help in just one click of a finger. Indeed, technology plays an important role in us. Easy access, easy record management are laid upon us, but we still have to address another concern, and this is the problem of students who belong to the marginalized bracket of the community. We all know that COVID-19 has brought great changes in our lives. Students struggle on how they can cope with online platforms, which is the only way for them to learn. The next best practice item to answer the students' need of having loads for internet access. This is when the Project ML or mobile loading was conceived. From having 30 recipients last year, it boomed to more than 200 recipients this year. From technology to something healthy, Wash in School project, or we called it Wins in Action, seemed to be the #1 solution in preventing COVID-19 infection. Cleanliness and observing health protocols inside the vicinity of Rizal High School is a good project even before the pandemic struck the whole Philippines. RHS is one in battling COVID-19 through the WINS program. No-touch sanitations, drinking fountains, improvised hand-washing stations, and TV ads are considered the best weapons we have in RHS to prevent COVID-19. WINS caters both to the young and old, students and teachers, and all those who use the facilities of the school. Cleanliness is next to being earth-friendly. Gulayan sa paaralan is one of the best practices in Rizal High School. The gulayan helps the utility workers to earn from their harvest. Isn't it great? Gulayan sa paaralan brings pride to the habit of eating fresh vegetables instead of having processed foods. Truly one best practice that Rizalians can be proud of. Biz School Global Camp is a hands-on training sponsored by Korean-owned company supported by the Korean government. It is yearly participated in by different Asian countries, including the Philippines. The objective of this training is to create a prototype that can address the needs of the global community. The Korean-Philippines exchange program helps the teachers and students to excel globally by nurturing the skills and talents of the learners as well as their teachers. In Rizal High School, we always strive for excellence for the glory of God. Truly, one best implementing guide to success is to consider the school's experiences, conduct researches, and make innovations which can build a brighter future. As what Paul Sloan said, implementing best practice is copying yesterday. Innovation is inventing tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Collaboration, technology, sustainability, hygiene, and shared responsibility and accountability with stakeholders. Thank you very much, Dr. Inocencio, and to Rizal High School. I believe the schools in Cluster 5 deserve our virtual applause. Again, we have Canyogan Elementary School, San Miguel Elementary School, Palatio Elementary School, and Rizal High School. Once again, I would like to remind everyone that we will be joining Cluster 6 later this afternoon for the impression on the best practices shared by the schools in Clusters 5 and 6 by our active Public Schools District Supervisor, Dr. Susan L. Cubarubias. Same link, and that will begin at exactly 1 in the afternoon. With that, we have now come to the conclusion of the morning session of Day 3 of our event. Again, we would like to congratulate all the school heads, school-based management coordinators, and schools in Cluster 5 that shared their best practices in the recent challenging school year. Also, we are conveying our appreciation to our Public Schools District Supervisor, Dr. Marietta M. Limbo. Thank you, ma'am. Lastly, we are expressing our gratitude to the people behind this event for making this possible amidst this new normal, our technical working group. Thank you very much. Again, I am April A. Buonggaling from Eusebio High School. That concludes the morning session of Day 3 of the Caravan of Notable Best Practices for Curriculum Year 2020-2021. See you again this afternoon for the schools in Cluster 6. This will be facilitated by the lovely teacher from Francisco Legaspi Memorial School, Ma'am Helen Grace Reyes. Good day, everyone. Be safe and see you later.
Alright, thank you to our energetic MC Sir April for hosting again. You started our day today, a happiest day. And again, congratulations to Amazing Cluster 5. Headed by the PSTS in charge, Dr. Marietta Limpo, and of course to the team of our TWG headed by our PSTS in charge, Dr. Cesar Gonzalez. Again, maraming salamat po for this day po. And to the school head of Cluster 5, I salute you all, to the STM coordinators, teachers, and non-teaching personnel. Maraming salamat and congratulations. God bless everyone. See you again at 1 o'clock. Thank you.
Congratulations, Cluster 5! Thank you again, April, and the team, Randy, Barbada. Thank you very much. I'm good. Thank you.